There are recipes to everything in life, especially that we put our minds to. There are recipes to how we want to live our lives and how we approach this life. Whether we choose to agree with it or not, the statement is true. Some people will add a little bit of friendship because they feel a bit lonely. Some people will add a little bit of car, money because they want to be boosted on by certain things. And some people will just add confidence.
Okay.
For just, just sprinkle a whole lot of confidence in their intakes, and they are okay with life. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about building that confidence, and how do you build it? We are also trying to build confidence by speaking in front of cameras and being able to express our own views on certain topics. It takes a lot of confidence.
It was awkward at first.
You understand?
Honest.
Because remember now, there's a lot of eyes that are going to be looking at you, and some people are going to be quoting you wrong. But it's the confidence behind what you say and how you deliver it. Hey, world, welcome to Truth Syrup, the podcast. I am Press, and this is Yes. You have seen everything. You've seen everybody do what they do, how they do it, and you realize maybe I can do it better, or maybe I should do it better. Or you've seen that, you know what, maybe I need to take my own route, and you've agreed with yourself, or hey, we need to start changing things around. We are talking to you. We are talking to you. If you do not believe that you are able to do it, we are talking to you. And if you are able to do it, then we want you to assist those ones who are still finding their way around doing it. Building confidence takes a lot of muscles, a lot of brain power, a lot of understanding your own space. Because people don't buy what you sell. They buy why you sell it, why you make it, the confidence behind it, drive behind it. I've seen it with me, I've always wanted to be on radio, I've always wanted to be on radio, and I would lip sync. Yeah, when the track was playing, or after it was playing, or listening to the radio, or lip sync it, and I would feel like I was there. I didn't know that it was a build-up.
Okay.
It was a build-up to something that I did not understand
at that time.
I only had a vision of it that I wanted to pursue, and I started thinking about it. I started becoming it. I started inquiring about it, and once I got there, then I realized it's something different. Now people are listening to you, and now you have that subconscious thing going on in your head that,
am I good enough?
Am I good enough? See, that's where it is. And that's where you need to ask yourself if you're confident enough to withstand that. Yeah, she's trying, or he's trying, or maybe he could be a better fit somewhere else. And that's where, man, have you ever fought hard labor to literally be like, when somebody feels like they need to explain themselves and they need to be given permission to even speak or even express how they feel? Have you ever felt like you are in that bucket? Or is it just something that you've just kind of gotten used to as time goes on? Like, yeah, I'm confident, I can do this.
No, my confidence has been building up over the years. I honestly will not say that I've always been confident to the level that I am right now. The reason I'm saying to the level where I'm right now, I'm not easily shaken now. Doesn't matter what noise is happening around me. It doesn't do anything to me. However, when I was growing up, your confidence can be attacked even by the slightest small comments. And sometimes it can be from your family, your friends, your teacher. Like just a comment about how you look, how you speak, although maybe by that time you thought there was nothing wrong with you. And somebody just happened to say this one thing about you, and then you start doubting yourself for him. Maybe, maybe they're right, maybe, type of thing. So there has been a lot of incidents where I did not have full confidence in myself. But I think within that, it's important not to let the noise and the self-doubt overpower you to a point that you give up on even trying whatever you want to do, you know, where you let it get to a point where you just give up and say, what's the point? But within that, I think it happens everywhere, because I honestly believe that we learn every day. And I like the example that you made, that you did something you did not know where it's going to lead you. And when you got there, it was something else. Every time you explore or you try new things, it will not always be the way you've calculated it in your mind. And when you go there, it's a test. It's outside your comfort zone. You're trying something new. It can even be going into a new relationship. It can even go into a new job, a new environment. Somehow you need to appear in a certain way or believe in yourself in a certain way in terms of your abilities. But within that, you must just make sure that even those small noise that might come up, you must not let it come to a point where you just give up and let it win. You must fight it. It's not easy. And I like the part when you said even with this platform itself, it took time. I'm not even at the point where I'm 100%, but there has been progress in terms of getting my confidence up and having to review the videos. And even though you see a certain mistake that you made and you can see, maybe I can improve over that.
Thank you.
Because you do see, analyze, like, oh, maybe this, next time I must do this and that. You need to understand that even within those faults or gaps that you identify, you're still good enough. You are still good. Your imperfections makes you perfect. So with me identifying these gaps, whether on this platform, whether I do a speaking engagement, whether it's with my family, my friends, it's always important that I don't let that stop me. That small mistake, that small hiccup that I experience, I must just keep on going until to a point that I'll get to a point. And chances are, I just want to be honest, chances are, I don't think anybody will get to a point where you're like, yeah, I'm like 150% confident. Because the platforms increase. We might start small now. Eventually, when I'm comfortable, the platform will be bigger. 1 minute you talking to 50 people, you are fine, you're comfortable with 50. The next thing, it's 500. So speaking to 500 versus the 50, it's a different thing altogether. The next thing, it will be 1,000.
And you never know. You never know. Look, my ingredient for building confidence comes from that. Comes from being able to show up every time. If you want to learn how to drive, you need to start training. You need to start learning how to drive, and it means you need to show up. If you want to learn a certain language, it means you need to show up.
And it's going to be uncomfortable. Let's be honest.
It has to be.
Even when you go to gym, the first few days, you're not just going to go once and immediately going to get the body that you want. You build it up. So each and every single thing, you build it up. But where does it firstly start? I honestly believe it starts with you. It starts with how you view yourself. Don't build it based on the wrong foundation, based on hearsay or people's opinion, because people's opinions and views will always change. And chances are the same person who told you this thing, and you remind them a few months or years later, but you say this thing, chances are they might have not even remember. They would have forgotten. Or they'll even tell you, no, I didn't mean it like that.
You misunderstood.
You misunderstood. So you've been building on something. Imagine somebody telling you that, and all along you've been staying months or years trying to work or change yourself based on a comment that somebody made about you, only to find out that that person, firstly, they deny it, or they don't remember, or you misunderstood them. So that's what I'm saying, when you build your confidence, it needs to start with you, how you view yourself and how you define it. Because my confidence is not the same as other people's confidence level. And it does not mean the other level is higher than the other one. It's all about how there are people. I'm simple. I'm very simple. I'm not one who will dye my hair green or red.
That'll be weird.
Or yellow. No, but if ever I had the confidence in it, I was going to rock it up. But there are people who can boldly work around it, dye it, and it will suit them. Whatever color it is, they can even change it every single month, and they will look nice and they will rock it up.
And they'll show up at it.
And they will show up at it because our confidence are not the same. Well, I want to put myself under that and try to compare themselves with them. Chances are, after I do that, I'll be walking around looking down. Because I'll be feeling as if everybody's... Because it's not me, it's not how I identify myself. So whatever confidence level or how you define it, it needs to come from you as a person in terms of your personality, not based on what people say or what they think they know what's good for you. Because this is where it's going to catch up with you. You will realize that this is not me. But the minute where you know this is for me, it's easy to overcome those self-doubts.
Yeah.
It's easy to overcome them because you will know who you are. Like I think I told you at the beginning where I said, I've gotten to a point that nobody can say anything to me.
Yeah.
Like
What's
the more you even gonna try to say something to put me down, chances are I'm gonna come back with... I'll give you the latest one. So the latest one, someone was like, yo, you've got a big forehead. And I said, but I'm beautiful.
Ooh.
And I told it, and I told the chances are if ever I did not have that big forehead, I was not going to be beautiful. The same forehead that you're telling me that it's big is the one that's making me beautiful. So this is where you use what people might say and try to instill some self-doubt to affect your confidence. Because that's how people affect your confidence, by trying to look at something and speak negatively about it. The minute I was going to dwell into that, I was not going to see the beauty in me.
You were going to miss it.
I was going to miss it because now I'll be concentrating on this thing that somebody sees, which, do I see it? It doesn't even matter whether I see it or not. The important thing is I see myself as beautiful, and the beauty part of it, it goes with the forehead. So if ever I did not have that forehead, chances are the beauty that I have now, I will not have it.
It's as simple as that. And another one of those recipes comes from your statement, saying thank you or saying, you know. You know, when somebody says, you know, I didn't know. When people try to bring you down, don't own it.
Yeah.
Don't become part of the bringing down. That's why they say make lemonade from lemons. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. I don't want to lie, it's easy. It gets easier also. Once you start getting used to the fact that you can literally say to somebody, oh, you've got a big forehead. You know? Have you seen it? The person will start arguably asking themselves, but why did I even bother myself? Because obviously,
how serious is it?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it does not bother you.
It doesn't go like, oh, okay.
Because people will always look for things that they call imperfections. Because to them, they are imperfections. The moment you start pointing out, oh, wow, your other eye is bigger than the other one, and then it becomes a problem because now we are body shaming each other.
And now when you get there, you're going to be conscious about your eye, and you're thinking that when somebody's looking at you, they're looking at that part that you're so self-conscious about that to a point that you want to hide it. And what does it do? It does not allow you to openly express yourself in front of people because of now you think that now everybody can see this one thing that I'm not comfortable about.
And there's another aspect of everything that we need to look at. There's the part where you are trying to impress people and you are wearing it as confidence. That's totally different from what we're talking about. There are certain things that you do to impress people, where else you should be impressing yourself. There are video clips that Lebo used to make where she would look at herself in the mirror and she'll start talking to herself. That's basically you talking to two people. There's you in the flesh and then there's you in the mirror. And surprisingly, these two people are saying the same thing back to each other. And what I took from that was that if you are going to build yourself, you need to look at yourself in the mirror. As much as somebody will say, talk to me face to face, you need to literally talk to yourself face to face. That's when you get a lot of conversation. That's when you get a lot.
And I like that exercise, I must say. I usually share it when I do this wellness thing, especially when it comes to self-love. I always tell people, take a good 5 minutes, even if you're naked. Actually, it's better if you're naked. Rather strip yourself based on the way you were just brought to this world and look at yourself And tell me if you can take that time and look at yourself without feeling some sort of uncomfortable. Because here's the thing. If ever you are unable to look at yourself and appreciate yourself, how can you expect other people to look at you without even them feeling uncomfortable because you are uncomfortable? How can you expect somebody to tell you that you are beautiful while we're not on your own? You cannot look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you are beautiful.
You need to first be convinced.
You need to be first convinced. You need to be comfortable in your own skin so that everybody can be comfortable around you. Because here's the thing. Once awkward, once you become awkward on your own, everybody around you, the environment itself, it becomes awkward because nobody knows how to act around you because they don't know when you're going to blast out. But honestly speaking, self-confidence and all comes from you as a person, what you tell yourself. I always tell people that even if it's a lie, it's your lie.
Yeah.
You're telling it to yourself. It's a beautiful lie. Speak what you think of yourself. Do those affirmations. Tell yourself when you leave that room, tell yourself, I've got it. And even if you don't get the results that you wanted, it's still okay because then you know that you did your best. It might not have worked out on this one, then you'll try again next time. Maybe it will work out. But don't let that actually kill you and want you to give up. You just keep on pushing. You just keep on believing in yourself. And whatever they think of you, it's none of your business. Actually, let me put it there. The people's opinion about you, it's none of your business.
And that's when we need to stop owning things, man. You want to buy a new car because everybody's talking about your car. You don't need a new car. You must be confident enough to rock in your own limousine. If you look at it, you see a beautiful car, then that's all that matters.
But if ever you're gonna buy that car, we're gonna buy that car. Are they gonna help you with the installment?
No, nobody.
Are they gonna help you with the once you get the tire burst and the tire? It's 3 times more than what you used to pay. Are they gonna help you to pour in petrol because the full tank of their car? So if ever they're not gonna help you, then why do you wanna do whatever that's gonna please them? While in the end, you're going to be the one who have to suffer and deal with it.
Miserably. You're living miserably because you're trying to impress people who will not be impressed by your impressions. And that's when we start to think that people
tomorrow the same people will still complain again. Why did you go buy while they know perfectly well that they can't even afford it? And
look, man, I was looking at this beautiful car the other day. I was like, man, this guy's beautiful. And I was asking this guy, hey, my guy, how much does a tire cost? The ones that you're wearing, because they're beautiful tires.